Good evening, lovely people. Hello, thank you so much for joining. I hope that you're all well. I hope that you've had a good weekend so far. Hopefully it's been productive. Thank you so much for letting me in your homes again, as always on a Sunday. Very nice to see you all. And before we go any further, I don't know if they celebrate this day in Iran as well or not, but in the UK it's Father's Day. And I don't know if they celebrate it in other countries or not, but it's Father's Day here in the UK. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers and fathers to be. So if you're expecting, maybe your wife, your partner is expecting a child, you are a father to be, right? So very good. Happy Father's Day to everybody. I hope that you have a very good Father's Day. It's the same in Canada as well. Okay, lovely. Very good. Okay, very nice. Lovely. Excuse me. Thank you all for joining me. And today I'm going to be talking a little bit about different ways to respond to thank you. But before we start that, I've just got a couple of things to mention. The first one is I just want to thank you all for following me on Instagram. I really appreciate it. Thank you for trusting me, following me, all your comments and everything that you send. I really appreciate it, because you could land on any other page on Instagram and you've chosen to land on my page, and some of you are even following me. So I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. There are so many choices, but you've decided to come to my page. I truly appreciate that. And a lot of you take time out of your very busy, very hectic lives to join the Sunday sessions as well. Again, I thank you very much. I know that 7 o'clock on a Sunday is one of the worst possible times for you to take some time out. If you're living in, Europe, UK, Canada, US, in any of these countries or any of the other countries where the start of the week is Monday, the last thing you want to do on a Sunday evening is attend a live session, right? But I do appreciate you being here. Thank you. It's very kind of you. So that was one thing. And because I want to show my appreciation, I want to give something to you for free. So there's no money involved or anything. A lot of you have been asking me lots of questions about phrasal verbs. Oh, these phrasal verbs. And they are very confusing. They are definitely very confusing. You have one verb, and then with each verb you can have multiple prepositions, and every time you change the preposition, the meaning of the phrasal verb completely changes, right? If you want to get back to somebody, for example, that means they have called you, they have emailed you, and now you want to reply, you want to answer them. That's how you get back to somebody. If you want to get back at somebody, this is where the preposition changes. If you want to get back at somebody, that means they've annoyed you, they've hurt you, they've upset you. So now you want to upset them. You want to do something to annoy them as well. Just with a change of to and at, can you see how these two phrasal verbs change completely? Such a small change. So I know that phrasal verbs can be very confusing. So what I've done today is all you have to do, if you're in the live session, all you have to do is type in the word free. Okay, FREE. Type in the word free, and excuse me, in your message you will receive the link direct to my website, which will take you to a free worksheet. I've created a worksheet with phrasal verbs. It's got over 80, we've got thousands of phrasal verbs in the English language, and there's no point in me teaching you all of them because we don't use all of them every day. But there are some phrasal verbs, like with get, we use a lot of these. With there are certain phrasal verbs with I don't know, with do, certain phrasal verbs with there are certain phrasal verbs that have got lots and lots of different meanings and prepositions. So I've created a worksheet with over 80 phrasal verbs. I've listed them complete, nice and clear in a table. I've given you the definition, the meaning of each phrasal verb, and I've given you an example. So I've used the phrasal verb in an example as well. In one of them, there's just one where there's a phrasal verb that is an idiom as well. So it's one phrasal verb that it is a phrasal verb and it's an idiom. So it's got two different meanings. I've included that as well, and I've put in brackets idiom. So do watch out for it. So yes, all you have to do is type in the word free, and that will come directly to your inbox in your Instagram message. Click on the link and it will take you to the page. All you have to do is just download it. That's all. If you are already a member of my website, you just download it. If you're not a member, just sign up. Or you don't have to pay, just your name, your email. It will give you access, and then you will have the download for yourself. Okay, you can even download it on your phone if you like, and then you can have it there excuse me, to check constantly. It's a really good idea to have these phrasal verbs literally in your pocket, because when you're out and about, sometimes you think to yourself, right, this is a good opportunity for me to speak English. What can I talk about? What can I speak about? Take this out, take a quick look at the phrasal verbs, see which one of these has a meaning and function that's useful for you now in your conversation, and start using it. Even if you use, I don't know, 2 phrasal verbs in 1 week, that's better than nothing, right? That's 2 extra phrasal verbs that you've used compared to last week, for example. So I hope you enjoy this. It's just a thank you from me for being there for me, for following me all these years, for being just fantastic and very, very supportive. When I've had a cold, you've sent me such wonderful things in the past, lovely messages. You've been there with all my courses and everything. So this is just a way for me to say thank you to you as well. So that's one point. So all throughout this live, all you need to do is just type in free, and that will come straight to your inbox. The next thing I want to mention is on my website, I've got something called Nemune Tadris. Okay, right at the top of my website, it's called Nemune Tadris. And what this is samples that I've taken from different courses, just to give you an idea. The speaking course, the grammar course, grammar 1, advanced grammar, modal verbs, I don't know, all these courses. What does it include? What is the level of English? What is taught? How does Layla teach? All of these things. So I've got my Nemune Tadris. I strongly recommend you go on that as well. All of that is free as well. Go on there. And I've recently added 1 free lesson from my podcast session. I know my podcast session was extremely popular. I don't know how many hundreds of people signed up for it. It was very, very popular. I was very surprised. So I've got 1 free lesson from my podcast on Nemune Tadris. Do take a look at that. The audio file on there is about 30 or 40 minutes long. It's quite a long audio file. It's for advanced English speakers. So do listen to that. And it's very useful if you're working. So it will actually teach you what to say if you're actually working with English speakers. I've added a lesson from my modal verbs course, free, that you can watch. I've added some other samples, basically from other courses, that you can go on that Nemune Tadris and you can watch all of them for free. You don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to buy anything. A lot of people come to me, they text me, message me, Layla, I want to start learning English. The first thing I do is I say, go to my Nimuna Tadris, my free samples. Start learning with that. I don't need you to buy anything from me. Look at my reels, start learning from that. Look at my Nimuna Tadris, my examples, my samples, start learning from that. There's tons of material in there that you can be learning. You don't necessarily have to buy anything. That will keep you busy for a good 5-6 months, definitely. Okay, so I hope you manage to make use of those and they are useful for you. Excellent. Okay. What's your YouTube channel? So my YouTube channel is Layla's English Lab again. And these lives, when I'm recording this live right now, once it's recorded, I put them all on my YouTube channel. Yes. And once I've done that tonight, I will send you the link in a story. So you'll be able to see my YouTube channel as well. Okay. I just want everybody to keep typing in free, because it's free. You don't need to pay for it. So keep typing in free and make sure you get this phrasal verbs worksheet. A lot of you might look at the phrasal verbs worksheet and say, I know this. I promise you, I need you to read all of them, because there will be phrasal verbs that only native speakers know. Even if your English is really good, this worksheet of phrasal verbs, oh my God, I can see all of you right now. A lot of you, whenever you click on the website, I get an email. Oh my goodness. Can everybody see me? Can people see me? I think I just got disconnected for a minute. Just give me a thumbs up. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Yes? Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know if I've lost the first part of my video. Oh my goodness, my cat just suddenly jumped and I apologize. So, I don't know if the first part of this live is still on. Hopefully it is, because I'm still recording. Yes, so whenever someone joins, I can see it on here, and I can see a lot of you. Well, some of you are buying other courses as well, but I can see a lot of you have already started downloading commonly confused phrasal verbs. Very good. It's in my email. I can see it. A lot of you are downloading it right now. It's in PDF form. You can save it on your phone. I don't know, share it to any other application that you have. Keep it on you and it will really be useful. What I was mentioning, sorry, before I got interrupted, was some of the phrasal verbs are only used by native English speakers. Some of them you might think I already know this, but I promise you, some of them you haven't heard before, even if your English is really good. The worksheet that I've created, I wanted it to be suitable for all levels. So a lot of them you might find easy, which is for people who are lower level. Intermediate students will definitely enjoy it, and even advanced students, you will find some new phrasal verbs there as well. So I hope you manage to use it. Where, Hamid Rizal says where, you just need to type in the word free here in the live and it will automatically come to you, okay? The word free. So I'm going to keep reminding people, it's free, right? So just type in the word free and it will come to you. Fantastic. Don't forget to check out my Nimuna Tadris as well. There's plenty of lessons on there as well. A lot of you were asking for sample lessons from modal verbs and from my podcast, and I've included it now, so I hope you make use of that. I hope you find it useful. Great. Let's get on to the main lesson for today. Or tonight rather. Tonight we're going to be talking about different ways that you can respond when someone says thank you. Okay, now the first thing that comes to mind, I don't say comes to my mind, I say the first thing that comes to mind. Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind is when someone says thank you, we say you're welcome, no problem, no worries, sure, don't mention it. You know, these are the ways that people usually respond. Absolutely. But in my live session, I'm not just going to keep it that simple, right? I want to give you more options as well, depending on what it is. So I'm gonna where is Nemunatadis? Nemunatadis is on my website. So if you go on my website, please, it's right at the top. Nemunatadis, that's where you'll see it. Okay, first thing that comes to mind. Yes, I'm just going to close off these comments. Please don't go anywhere. Just going to close the comments while I explain so I don't get distracted, and then I'll turn them back on. And in the middle of my talking, I'm going to keep reminding you to keep commenting the word free, so you get that free worksheet as well. So depending on what it is that you've done, depending on what it is that someone else has done for you, and you say thank you, their response might be different. Okay, let me give you a few examples. The first one is, for instance, let me see. Okay, I have dropped you off somewhere. So we're both leaving the cinema, we're both leaving a cafe, we're both leaving a pub, we're both leaving work, we're both leaving somewhere. And I can see it's getting cold and dark and raining, or it's too hot if you're in Iran, it's too hot or whatever. And you don't have your own form of transport. You need to go catch, a taxi, or catch a bus, or catch the tube or whatever. And I want to offer to give you a lift. Yeah, I say, I can drop you off if you like. I can drop you off if you like. That means I can give you a lift if you like. I can drop you off. So you get in my car and I drive you to your house or wherever you like, and I drop you off. Okay, this is where you say thank you to me. Okay, now the way I would respond usually is this. I would say, you would have done the same for me. Okay, you would have done the same for me. So you're saying thank you. Instead of me just saying you're welcome, it's okay, don't mention it, I'm being very friendly with you. And I'm saying I helped you because I know if I needed help, you would help me as well. And that's why I did it, because we're friends. That's what we do, right? So you would have done the same. You would have done the same. So I've just offered a service to you, for example, and you say thank you, and I say that's okay, you would have done the same. This could be for anything. So whenever somebody does something for you and you say thank you, that person might say, yeah, you would have done the same. So that's another way. Instead of saying you're welcome, don't mention it, I'm just teaching you other ways that you can say you're welcome. یک کوچولو اینجا فقط توی پرانتز من یه چیزی عرض بکنم اینجا. In a few of my reels, in the comment section, I really appreciate your comments. I really do. If it's positive, negative, I don't care. The fact that you're commenting, the fact that you take time, you pay attention, and you're trying to communicate with me, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Some people, I think, are a little bit maybe upset. Upset might not be the right word. They're a bit agitated, a bit irritated. اعصاب خورد, maybe اعصابشون یکم خورد شده. They're a bit irritated. Layla, why do you keep teaching all these different varieties? We don't need to know all this. Okay, like I don't know. Why do you have to teach us I haven't the faintest? Why can't we just say I don't know? The reason why I'm teaching this is whatever you say is fine, but if a native English speaker says it, at least you know what they're saying. That's the first reason. The second reason is there are some people, not everybody, but there are some people who like to increase their knowledge of the language. They like to increase their vocabulary, learn different ways to speak. They want to improve on their English. They don't want to just stay the same. So when I'm teaching these things, that is the group of people I'm targeting. Please don't think, I've seen some of these videos on some of these Iranian reels, not Iranian, sorry, any nationality. هنوز اینجوری داری میگی اینجوری بگو. No, I don't like that. I really hate that. Because nobody has to decide how you speak. You decide how you speak, okay? You are the speaker, so you are in control of what you say. You decide how you speak. So when I'm teaching these different varieties, it's just to give that opportunity for anybody who wants to step up that ladder of vocabulary. It's not to make anybody feel small. It's not to confuse anyone, not at all. As a teacher, if I start confusing you, I'm not doing my job right, okay? My job is not to confuse anyone. My job is not to upset anybody. When I read these comments and I see people are frustrated, it really makes me sad. I'm so sorry. That's not what my intention. My intention is to help you improve your vocabulary. If you don't want to learn these versions, that's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. Okay? You don't have to. It's not there. You don't have to. Okay? Just wanted to mention that. Lovely. Thank you. Turning off the comments there. Okay, lovely. So the same with tonight's lesson. These are just different ways how to respond to thank you. We've always got you're welcome, don't mention it, never mind, glad to help. We've always got these things, but there are other ways that we can respond as well. So one is you would have done the same. That's fine. You would have done the same. Yeah. It might be, for example, this might have happened to you, where you're having lunch, maybe at work or somewhere else, and someone sitting next to you is really hungry. You can hear their stomach rumble. You can hear their stomach rumbling. They're really hungry, but they don't have lunch. Maybe they forgot to bring lunch. Maybe, you know, for whatever reason, they don't have lunch. And you might offer a little bit of your lunch to that person, and they say thank you. And this is a lovely way that you can reply. You can say, that's okay. You would have done the same. You would have done the same, right? So if I was sitting here really hungry and my stomach was making noises, I'm sure you would have shared a bit of your lunch with me as well. It's just a lovely way to create friendship and to communicate with somebody, basically. Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is when someone helps you, okay, sorry, when you help somebody, I'm going to say you help somebody. Let's say you help somebody in doing some research, you help somebody in doing an assignment, in completing a report, you help somebody in doing something, okay? You help somebody in getting a job, preparing for an interview, you give someone advice, you give suggestion, anything. And that person says thank you to you. One way of saying you're welcome is this. We say, didn't do anything. That means I didn't do anything. You did all of it yourself. Didn't do anything. That just means you're giving a lot of the credit, a lot of the hard work, you're giving it back to that person. It's a lovely way of saying you're welcome. Okay, so you're helping your friend prepare for an interview, you're helping your friend with an assignment, with a report, you're helping your friend fix their car, you're helping your friend with building work, with finding a husband, finding a wife, you're helping your friend, you know, anything, do research, whatever. And at the end of it, when they say thank you, you say, didn't do anything, which means I didn't do anything. You did all the hard work. It's a lovely way, isn't it, to give the credit back to that person. Didn't do anything. It keeps us humble, khaki. It keeps us humble, and it's just a different way of saying you're welcome. It's a lovely way of saying you're welcome. Okay, lovely. So I'm going to come back to you lovely, lovely people. Is everybody okay so far with what I've talked about? Different ways of responding to thank you. Is everybody okay up to now? I just want to make sure everyone's okay. You're the best. That's very kind of you. We've still got free going on. Very good. Very good. Is everyone okay? Yeah. Thank you. Very kind of you. Yeah, great, lovely, lovely. So you're all with me. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Lovely, lovely. Okay. So didn't do anything, didn't do anything. It means I didn't do anything. You did all the hard work. Yeah. And in Farsi we say the same thing, don't we? کاری نکردم. خودتون زحمت خودتون بود or something like that. من کاری نکردم. خواهش میکنم. It's the same thing. Didn't do anything. We drop the I. Didn't do anything, which means I didn't do anything. Yeah, lovely. Very good, very good. Okay, the last thing I'm going to mention, because I am aware of the time, I am aware of the time, or I am conscious of the time. That means we're getting late. Yeah, I am aware of the time. This is one other time when someone says thank you. And I'm going to teach you how to respond to this in a different way. Okay, so everyone's could you summarize what you've said until now? Absolutely. What a good idea. Yes, I can. Absolutely. So the first one is when someone has offered to do something for you. They've given you a lift back home. You know, they have shared their lunch with you. They've helped you in some way. They've done something for you. You say thank you. That person would say you would have done the same. You would have done the same. Yeah. The next one is when you've helped somebody, you've offered advice, suggestion, you've helped someone, that person says thank you, you can say didn't do anything. That means I didn't do anything. You did all of it. Didn't do anything. Yeah, you did all of it. Lovely. So basically you're giving the credit back to that person, which is lovely. Instead of saying, yeah, check me out, I really helped you, you couldn't have done it without me. That's really big-headed, isn't it? We don't want to be arrogant. We don't want to lose our friends. So we say, didn't do anything. It was all you. It was all you. Didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. You would have done the same. Very good. That was the first one. You would have done the same, or didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. Now, as always, people who regularly attend my live sessions, you know that I'm recording this when it goes on YouTube. All of this is going to be in the caption as well. معنیش میشه you would have done the same. یعنی شما بودین همین کارو میکردین، کار خاصی انجام ندادم. Something like that. Yeah. کاری نکردم. Exactly. کاری نکردم. I'm sorry, that's the sound of my son. I think he's either watching football or something. I don't know. He's very excited. How about respond to thank you? This is the... Yes, so that's another one. Excuse me. Masumi3754. Thank you. Very good question. Sorry, I've got my cat again here, so hopefully he will behave. Yes. You can respond in a formal way, and that is to say, it was the least I could do. It was the least I could do. Yeah. Or it is the least I could do. That means, again, I didn't do anything. Yeah. So it's the same thing. Yeah. Happy to help. So I happy to help. I am happy to help. Yeah. I am happy. Happy is an adjective. So we need a verb. Yeah. I am happy to help. Yeah. Lovely. So you missed the third one. One was, what did we say? The first one was, you would have done the same. I'm going to write all these down in the caption on YouTube. You would have done the same. Second one is didn't do anything. The third one is what somebody here mentioned, which was, it was the least I could do. I'm going to write that down. That's quite formal. It was the least, or it is the least I could do. No, sorry, it was the least I could do. It is the least I could do is before you help. Before you help, you say it is the least I could do. Once you've helped and your help has finished, then you say it was the least I could do. Okay, so I'm going to add that as well. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Lovely. حداقل کاری بود که میشد بکنم. Happy Eid for all Muslims. Absolutely. Happy Eid. If you are celebrating that Eid, definitely happy Eid. Thank you for that. Okay. Lovely. I'm going to turn the comments off and I'm going to go to the final one. Now, this final one that I'm going to mention, this is where someone says thank you to you. Let me give you an example. Let's say, okay, let's say you have asked me for directions, okay? You want to know where the closest cash machine is. You want to know where you can go and, you know, see HR in the building. You want to find the closest bank, supermarket, anything. You want directions to a place or directions to a street or whatever. I give you directions and then you say thank you, okay? So this time, this is very popular if somebody has a little bit of extra time to speak, not if they're in a rush, but if you have maybe a few seconds to speak. It's lovely when you reply, you don't just say you're welcome, not at all, don't mention it. You sympathize with that person. So let me tell you what I mean. You've asked me for directions. Layla, where is the closest cash machine? Okay. And I tell you, for example, it's just a little bit further, carry on straight, it's on your left. Yeah. Carry on straight, it's on your left. And then you say to me, thank you. Okay. Now, the way I respond is I sympathize. I say, yeah, it's difficult if you don't know where to go for a cash machine, especially if you need money. I know the response is longer, right? The answer is longer, but culturally, this is a very popular way that we say thank you. It's that we respond to thank you. It's a very popular way that we show sympathy. یه جور همدردی میکنیم. Yeah, we show sympathy. Another example, let's say, for instance, you've got heavy bags, heavy shopping bags. You want to take it from the shop to the boot of your car, the trunk of your car. In the UK, we say the boot of your car. And it's heavy, right? And I can see you're struggling. So I just say, you know, would you like a hand? Would you like any help? And you say, yes, please. So I come and help you with the bags, and I come and help you, and I put them in the boot for you. You say to me, thank you, because I've done something for you, right? You say to me, thank you. Instead of me saying, oh no, you're okay, you're welcome, I can say, yeah, it's difficult when you've got heavy bags. It's difficult when you've got heavy bags. They can really cut into your fingers. So I'm sympathizing with you. You had a difficult situation. You were going through a difficulty. You needed help. And so I want to show you that, yes, I understand the difficulty. I understood that. That is why I helped you. Okay. So in a way, I'm trying to take attention away from myself. Instead of you saying thank you and I say you're welcome, attention on me, I'm taking attention away from myself. I'm trying to sympathize with you just to show you it wasn't anything big, it wasn't anything important. I understand, I sympathize that when the shopping bags are really heavy, it can cut into your finger. You know, when shopping bags are really heavy, oh my goodness, you've got lots of tin cans or really heavy stuff in your bag and you have to carry the bags. It can really hurt your hand, right? It can cut into your fingers. So I'm sympathizing because I've actually experienced that, and I'm sure you have. So this is another way, sympathizing with that person is another way of responding to thank you. And we do this a lot culturally. Let's do one more example. You're in the office or you're at work, you know, it doesn't have to be office. You're at work or absolutely anywhere and you need a pen. Oh, the millions of times that I've been in this situation. I need a pen. Oh, John, I just need a pen. Because everything's on our phones, right? Lots of people don't carry pens around with them anymore. So I need a pen and you give a pen to me and I do what I need to do and I say, oh, thank you very much. Now, instead of you saying you're welcome, it's okay, you can sympathize with me. You can say, yeah, you know, it's terrible when there are no pens when you need them. It's terrible when there are no pens when you need them. There are no pens when you need them. So that person, you are sympathizing with me. It's really frustrating when I need a pen and there are no pens around. So you're sympathizing. That is a cultural way that we respond to thank you. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to come back to the comments. And this way of culturally responding to when someone says thank you, there's no specific word or phrase or anything that we use. It's just we are showing that I understand you were in need, you needed help, you needed something, and I appreciate it, because if I were you, if I were you and I needed that, I would be very frustrated as well, and that's why I helped. Okay, so this is a very, very popular way that we respond to thank you. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this. Someone's done something for you, you say thank you, and that person doesn't just say you're welcome, they actually speak to you, they sympathize with you. It might happen that you're waiting, for example, you want to go upstairs, maybe 3-4 levels. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. Right, he's very hungry, I apologize. It's not a normal day today, we've been out all day, so I need to go feed him in a minute, the cat. But very quickly, it might be that, for example, you're struggling, you want to get upstairs, maybe 2-3 flights upstairs, and you can't find the stairs, you're looking for the lift. And I say, yeah, the lifts are just around the corner. The lifts are just around the corner, and you say thank you. Now here, instead of me just saying, oh, you're welcome, I can say, yeah, you know, it's a killer going up 7 flights of stairs. It's a killer. It's a killer. That means it's really tiring. It's really frustrating. It's difficult going up 7 flights, tabare, 7 flights of stairs. It's a killer. So I'm sympathizing the fact that you wanted to find the lift. You didn't want to take the stairs. I hope that helps. It's very hard when you want to handle everything. Perfect. V iman V. This is for the example of when someone's got heavy shopping bags. Well done. It's very hard when you want to handle everything. Excellent, excellent. It's what friends are for. Yeah, we do that. Wow, I've got Nicoli 1990. Finding a pen these days is a challenge. Fantastic. It really is, isn't it? Because everyone's on their phones. No one takes a pen out anymore. Nobody writes on paper anymore. Everything's an app and website and QR code and that kind of thing. Yeah. If I were in your place, what's the mean? If I were in your place, اگه من جای شما بودم. If I were in your shoes, if I were you. Yeah. I said this for feeding your dog. My cat. Yes. Actually, I think he's going through a growth spurt. I don't know if it's true. این امروز گربه من 1 سالش شد. امروز دقیقا تولد 1 سالگیشه و شنیدم گربه هایی که تولد 1 سالگیشونه یه دفعه بیش از حد معمول گشنه میشن، چون یک رشد خیلی سریع دارن راجب their appetite، راجب اشتهاشون. یه دفعه اشتهاشون زیاد میشه. I don't know if that's right or not, but all day he's been asking for food, so I'm going to go feed him. I don't have the heart to keep him hungry anymore. Thank you very much. I think congrats is on the birthday of the cat. Yes. Thank you very much. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's session. Thank you very much for joining. Do not forget, please, happy birthday to your cat. Thank you. His name is Alfie. I'm sure you might have seen him in some of my stories. Jahish, thank you. Yes, that's their teaching. Hi, you are great in teaching. Thank you. How can I give more help from you? Please send me a message. Or instead of sending me a message, go to my website, please, and look at the Nimuna Tadris, the sample lessons. I'm sure you'll find a lot of useful information there. Happy birthday to your cat. Thank you so much. So thank you for attending tonight's session. I hope you found tonight's lesson useful. Again, this is being recorded and I'm going to save it on YouTube. I will give you the link in tonight's story. Thank you so much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Again, happy Father's Day. And one of our friends mentioned an Eid for Muslims. Happy Eid. I'm so sorry, I don't know which Eid it is, but happy Eid. I really hope that it's a fantastic day for you to celebrate. Enjoy the celebration. And if you're watching football, good luck with the whatever team you're watching or supporting. I hope that your favorite team wins. Okay, lovely. Thank you very much, everybody. The free worksheet that I was talking about, phrasal verbs, if you didn't get it tonight, what's up? Send me a message in DM Instagram and I'll send you the link. Okay, you really need it. Thank you very much. Eid al-Qurban, that's the one. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a good evening. Take care. Bye-bye.